Charlie Sheen was once the highest paid actor in the world, but he went broke after a series of poor choices, and now he's pissed off his daughter's posing nude for money. And Charlie Sheen is the father of 5 kids, where his first daughter named Cassandra Estevez in the 1980s when he was just 19 years old with his high school girlfriend who he never married. And in the 2000s, during his second marriage to Denise Richards, he had 2 daughters named Lola and Sammy. And then finally with his third wife, Brooke Mueller, he had twins born in 2009 who were both boys. Charlie Sheen, despite a lot of issues in his personal life, thought he was being a good father until his daughter Sammy, when she turned 18, announced she was making an OnlyFans and would be entering the adult industry. OF is one of the most lucrative ways to make money in the world, where $5.3 billion were paid to creators in 2024, and also 300 women have made over $1 million in a period of just 1 year. For Sammy Sheen, she had a huge boost because the media kept on reporting she was Charlie Sheen's daughter, and her mom Denise Richards even helped, saying she was going to make her own account and do collabs posing with her daughter. The celebrity mother-daughter duo ended up being the perfect formula, where the two reported they ended up making $80,000 a month just on OF alone. Sammy Sheen got strong approval from her mom Denise Richards. She was also strongly opposed by her dad Charlie Sheen, who said he was disgusted by the idea, saying Denise Richards ruined their daughter. Charlie Sheen at the end of the day has no right to talk because he was brought into a powerful Hollywood family where his father was a big name actor named Martin Sheen who did the movie Apocalypse Now, and that was actually where Charlie Sheen got his first ever acting role as an extra when he was 14. Because of Martin Sheen's contacts, it was the reason he got cast in the movie Red Dawn when he was 20 years old, and also the reason he met Jennifer Grey. Jennifer Grey became a valuable contact for Charlie Sheen because she was the reason he was cast in the movie Ferris Bueller, which made him an international hit as an actor even though he only had a small scene. And that success was why Oliver Stone picked Charlie Sheen to star in the movie Platoon, which made him an international hit, making $139 million on a budget of $6 million. Then 1 year later, Oliver Stone cast him in the movie Wall Street, which was also a huge hit. The problem was, while Charlie Sheen had unlimited success in his career, he had massive issues in his personal life, with the big example being his first fiancée, Kelly Preston, where a gun went off in his house and she was accidentally shot. Kelly Preston, who'd later gone to marry John Travolta, said Charlie Sheen didn't shoot her on purpose, but there was some sort of issue going on in the house where alcohol was involved, and because of that she was shot in the arm and ended up breaking up with Charlie Sheen a month later. And then just a year after that, Charlie Sheen would end up marrying model Donna Peel, who was a rising model in Hollywood at the time, and then Charlie Sheen married her after just 6 weeks of dating. But that marriage was nothing more than a stunt by Charlie Sheen, because at the time he was dealing with a huge scandal from Heidi Fleiss, who was a Hollywood madam who was arrested and revealed Charlie Sheen spent $400,000 on purchasing escorts from her. The reason Charlie Sheen married Donna after 6 weeks was he tried to make a claim to the public that he was a born-again Christian who was seeing life from a different angle from his marriage. The moment that scandal was over, Charlie Sheen ended up dropping Donna Peel, saying he was no longer interested in being married to her or anyone else and found marriage constraining. In court, there were claims from Donna Peel that Charlie Sheen was abusing her, but it never made to the public because Donna Peel didn't do any interviews, and after the marriage she ended up changing her name and she hasn't been seen in decades by anyone. Then after that divorce, Charlie Sheen was able to still have success in Hollywood doing multiple movies and TV shows, and he ended up dating Ginger Lynn for a while, who was an adult star, but they broke up with Ginger Lynn accusing Charlie Sheen of domestic abuse again. And after that point, Charlie Sheen wasn't showing many relationships with the public until 2001 when he met Denise Richards doing the movie Good Advice, and then they got married in 2002. Not long after the honeymoon, Charlie Sheen would have his biggest hit ever doing the show 2.5 Men, where he was making $1.8 million an episode in the later seasons and made $200 million total doing the show. During the 4th season of 2.5 Men, the show was nearly canceled because Denise Richards divorced Charlie Sheen, saying that he was beating her and also making death threats. Court documents revealed that Denise Richards actually reported Charlie Sheen had a habit for watching adult videos featuring children, particularly ones with younger boys. Then not long after that, Charlie Sheen ended up marrying Brooke Mueller, where many people believe the entire reason for the marriage was because Charlie Sheen wanted people to forget about Denise Richards. In 2009, Charlie Sheen was arrested for beating Brooke Mueller and also for possession of illicit materials. And it was also revealed that Charlie Sheen wrote a letter to his producer Chuck Lorre, who created the show 2.5 Men, calling him a maggot, saying he wished him scathing pain in hell. But because of that and also controversies regarding his divorce in 2011, he was fired from 2.5 Men, where he was going to be offered a 9th season where he was going to get paid $60 million, but he didn't get 1 cent from it. And at the same time during the divorce, Brooke Mueller put a restraining order on Charlie Sheen, and Charlie Sheen was ordered to pay $55,000 a month to her in child support. So to pay his bills, Charlie Sheen told everyone he was going to try and do a comedy tour where he was promised $7 million in salary, but the problem was the tour wasn't very good and he only made $300,000. So because the comedy tour failed, Charlie Sheen decided to do another sitcom called Anger Management on FX with Selma Blair as his co-star, and it actually was a hit, going for 100 episodes, and Charlie Sheen made the claim he was going to make $200 million. But there was a lot of drama around Anger Management, where Charlie Sheen sent his co-star Selma Blair a text message saying he hopes she dies and also calling her the C word. It turns out that FX actually screwed over Charlie Sheen, where he said he was supposed to at one point have made already $40 million, but he wasn't paid anything, and he ended up only making around $5 million doing the show. Charlie Sheen's personal spending was out of hand because he was dating adult star Brie Olson as well as 2 other women. It was reported he was spending $700,000 every month. And then in 2014, Charlie Sheen announced he'd be marrying Brett Rosie, who was another adult star, but she broke up with him because he announced he was HIV positive. Then Brett, along with an undisclosed amount of women, began suing Charlie Sheen, saying they were sleeping with him when he was HIV positive and he knew it and didn't tell them, and because of that, Charlie Sheen lost tens of millions in lawsuits. Because of divorces, lawsuits, and lavish spending, Charlie Sheen went from a net worth of $200 million to just under $5 million today, and many people believe it's actually a lot lower than that. This all comes back to Sammy Sheen, as Charlie Sheen has no right to judge his daughter because he lived a completely awful life, and then the only thing he ever had to offer was money, and now he doesn't even have that. And with that, I'm Charles Pearl. Please subscribe to learn something.